19th selection of the 2000 first-year player draft, the St. Louis Cardinals select Marco Gonzales, a left-handed pitcher from Gonzaga University, Spokane, Washington.
Man, I'm just honored and very thankful, and it's hard to put into words. It's a culmination of a lot of work put in, a lot of dedication of my family and friends and teammates and coaches who believed in me, and I just can't say thank you enough to all those who just put time and effort in to get me on the field and get me to practice, and the road trips and the miles put in. It means the world to me, and it's dramatic that it came down to one afternoon, but I just can't say enough how thankful I am and how grateful I am to be here.
Take us through that moment when you got the phone call and then kind of everything started to come together there.
Yeah, my agent had called me a couple minutes before and just said, hey, you might want to watch the 19th pick. And like I said, I had my little brother running out to grab a hat in case it was one of the 6 that I had brought, and it happened. It was St. Louis, so and it was just cool. He hid it under his shirt and whipped it out right when they called my name. So it was kind of dramatic. It was kind of dramatic, but it was cool, man. It was. The place erupted, and I was just getting swarmed by hugs, and it was awesome.
You said there were about 6 or 7 teams that seemed to be pressing you a little bit more. Were the Cardinals one of them?
Yeah, absolutely. And the Cardinals is just a great organization, great, known for their pitching prowess. I guess they just their farm system is incredible, and so I was hoping that they were one of the teams that would seriously consider me and like me a lot. And I was grateful that they chose me.
What have your conversations with them been like through the course of the process?
It's been just, hey, more than anything, we like the way you play baseball. We like you on the field, and we think you're a competitor and you can win for us. And I think that's the biggest compliment you can get, other than you're a good player. It's just that we like who you are as a person, and so it was huge. And I was really, really, I really love the organization for that, and I'm just thankful.
Marco, you talk about your time here and obviously the program and the friends you've made here. What was like Spokane for you being here?
Coming here, I really underestimated the sense of family that I would achieve. From the coaching staff to my teammates to my peers in the classroom to just all the friends that I've made. I underestimated the value of that coming in. I came in a lone Colorado boy and the only one on the team, and I leave with a big Spokane family. So. I'm really excited that how my Gonzaga experience ended up.
It was pretty cool to have your family, friends, roommates all around you today.
Absolutely, yeah. I got my group over there, my entourage. Yeah. But yeah, man, so many people made the trek. My family crew flew across the country. My dad drove like 20-some hours to get here and overnight, and I'm just so thankful that that's just 1% of the sacrifice that's been made for me to be here. So it's incredible.
When you look at the Cardinals organization, you see some of these young pitchers, Shelby Miller and Michael Wacha, already up in the major leagues after recently being drafted. Is that promising for you to see?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that intrigues you, looking at teams is how young they are and their depth and how quickly they run guys in and out, especially their minor league prospects. The Cardinals are no exception to that. They bring up their new talent, they believe in their guys, and they raise them right, and so couldn't be more excited.
Have you talked to anyone from the organization yet?
I have. Matt Swanson, he's a regional scout for the Cardinals. He called me and just said, on behalf of Cardinal Nation, we welcome you, and we're excited, and we couldn't be more happy with our pick. And so I just I was floating. I don't really remember the conversation much, but man, it was cool. It was awesome.
Mortensen taking compensation round a few years back. Before that, it was in the 70s that a guy out of GU was taken first round. What's it like to kind of break that mold and to join a very, very short list here in GU?
I can't even put that into speculation right now. I'm just happy to do it as a Zag, honestly, to help promote Gonzaga in any way possible, because this place is amazing. Where we're standing right now is an unbelievable place, and I'm very, very fortunate to be from here.
Going in the NL, it offers you maybe a little bit more of an opportunity to swing the bat.
I knew somebody was going to ask me that, man. I knew it was coming.
You might not be playing first base, but is it exciting to have that prospect to show your diverse skill set, I guess, a little bit?
Might have helped me out a little bit. It might have helped me out a little bit, especially an NL team, but, man, I can't complain with any opportunity I'm going to get. I'm just thankful to be on the field in general, so the fact that I get to go to NL and keep swinging it a little bit is very exciting, and I'm sure everybody's excited about that a little bit. So,
They give you any idea where you may start? I mean, we've heard a couple names.
Haven't heard any idea. No, I had a brief conversation with one of the scouts, and that's about it. And since then, my phone has been, I think it's going to die because there's so many notifications. But actually, I think it is dead. But no, it's haven't heard anything yet. I'm hoping to talk more tomorrow.
When do you plan to sign?
We'll see. Negotiations have, not near close to starting. But I'm hoping that within the next 10 days, within the next 2 weeks, I'm just excited to strap it on and go get after it. And so could be more excited to get a deal done and get after it.
19th position, what kind of money is usually around that area?
I'm not sure. I know that where I was slotted to pick was around 20, and so whatever slot is what I'm going to be thankful to get.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just very honored to get whatever I can. I'd take a plane ticket, honestly, to go play baseball, or a bus ticket, actually. So that's not the issue right now. The issue is getting a uniform and getting a glove.
Who's your representation?
Randy Rowley. He's from Scottsdale, Arizona.
R-O-W-L-E-Y.
R-O-W-L-E-Y. And he represented Cody Martin, who was a senior when I was a freshman, and he plays for the Braves organization now.
You did kind of go where you were projected, so you kind of didn't have to wait and have that
Yeah.
angst and everything. But what was the first 18 picks? What were those like for you?
Oh man, the people that were around me can tell you that my knees were shaking. I couldn't eat anything. We had a whole buffet set up over there. Didn't touch a thing. Had a glass of water, and stomach was just in knots. Just waiting for any indication of any sign, any rumor. So got it as soon as the 17th pick came, and my agent had told me, hey, you better watch. You got the TV on right now because it's going. And I was actually like, hey, yeah, I got it. Thanks, I appreciate it. And he's like, you don't sound excited. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I don't want to give it away. I was sitting in the middle of everybody. So it was exciting the way it went down, for sure.
From reading up about you, scouts take a lot of talk about you being able to step in and kind of have immediate impact, a quick riser. What is it about your game that maybe you think that you could follow through with something like that, and you're ready to take it to the next level and kind of climb the ranks a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah. That's been one of my strengths. Is so I've heard is that I have the ability to progress well, and that's probably one of the biggest compliments a prospect can get is you're gonna go fast through our system, and so that's very exciting, very appealing to go to a system like that. But yeah, I feel like I've matured well in college, and I handle myself with class on and off the field, and so. No mistakes will be made in that sort of sense, but I'm just excited and feel like grateful for every opportunity I get, so that'll help me down the road.
One scouting report said you go after the hitters, you have control, and you have a great changeup. Is there anything you would add to that? That quick analysis?
Quick learner. As of the past year and a half, I've developed a new pitch, a cutter that I've been working on, and really picked it up well. My dad's been showing me a sinker in the past 2 days and picked it up well. And so just the ability to learn and grow as a player is something I'm really proud of. And, just accepting every opportunity I get and not afraid to get after people.
Speaking of your dad, is it a tiny disappointment you can't be in the Northwest League and going head-to-head?
For him, it's not a disappointment. He doesn't face me. But, no, it's kind of a tiny disappointment, knowing that I'll be, off and away. But, that's life, and that's baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. But I couldn't be more happy with where I'm at. I'll take anything I can get.
I've heard you say that your mom says you're going to get your degree.
She will cut my head. She's over there. She'll cut my head off if I don't get my degree eventually. I'd like to kind of figure it out and figure out the system, and then hopefully come back either here, online, however I can do it, finish my degree.
What's her first name?
Gina, G-I-N-A.
G-I-N-A. And your little brother?
He's Alex. Yeah. Yep,
Alex Gonzales was
Alex
drafted
Gonzales
today.
got drafted earlier. We saw him earlier from Oral Roberts. Yeah, we had a second celebration in there. He went, was it
One of the
23rd or
Rangers.
something? Yeah, to the Rangers. So
Yeah, gonna play here.
hey, it's a great place to play.
Just initial thoughts on hearing where he's going to go and what he's meant to this program over the last couple of years.
Well, just really, really excited for him. He's obviously been one of the best players that ever came through here, and we're just excited that he's going to get a chance to make his mark in professional baseball, and it's a little bit emotional when you bring a kid into a program and you think he's going to fulfill some dreams, and you have expectations, and he fulfills all those dreams. It's exciting and emotional.
And what are your thoughts on St. Louis?
Well, St. Louis obviously a great organization. I think he'll do great, and when all the so-called experts, when they draft him, said he, along with Pell, are probably closest to being ready for the big leagues. I think that's pretty accurate, and I think he'll do great.
What does it say about the program when you have a guy go 19th overall?
I think that's a step forward. We're always trying to make steps with our program, and we continue to do that, and to have a guy that commits to Gonzaga and then fulfills his expectations and his dreams, and can get drafted in 19th overall. I think that's huge for us.
What is it? You say he's pretty pro ready, as much as a lot of the guys in the draft. What is it about him that would make him able to kind of have that quick rise, I guess?
Well, I think a lot of times with the first rounders, they're drafting potentials. They're drafting maybe young kids, big kids that have great potential and might be really good when they're 27, 28, but you really don't know. With Marco, he's 5'11", 6 foot, but he can throw all pitches for strikes. And I think if you needed to win in a game tomorrow, you'd pick Marco over a lot of those guys, and so I think he's ready to go in there and compete.
What's your best advice for him as he moves forward?
Just keep doing what he's been doing. I mean, there hasn't been a ton of advice I've needed to give him as far as how he plays the game. Since he's walked on campus, he has pitched like he's been a 15-year veteran in the big leagues. So he just has that. That's one of his greatest gifts, and that's probably one of the reasons why he's close to being able to pitch in the big leagues. And I would just tell him just to keep doing what he's doing, and know that there's going to be some ups and downs, but just do what you do.
The focus now, of course, will be what he can do on the mound, as opposed to hitting and fielding and being an everyday guy. How much better can he be with that kind of singular focus?
Well, I think that can help him. We've really tried hard to keep him fresh and to keep him focused on the mound, because we knew that was his ticket, and that was how we were going to do well. Obviously, we needed him at first base, but I think with the fact that he's going to just focus on pitching, not have to worry about hitting, not have to have any extra strain on his arm, I think that's going to help him keep him fresh. And part of what he's done is he's been so good. He's pitched well for us. He's pitched well in the Cape. He's pitched well for Team USA. He needs a chance just to maybe to rest a little bit, and I think he's going to be really, really strong.
Is there going to be a chance for Mortensen to kind of guide him along in this organization?
Well, Mortensen's since been traded, so I don't know. I think Mortensen will be a good sounding, board for him. And I think we have a number of guys in professional baseball. Stephen Ames being one of them, Mortensen being one of them, that can help him and let him know what he's in for. And his dad pitched in in professional baseball for 10 years, so he comes from a baseball family that will really help him.
When you look in the major leagues right now, do you see a comparison to someone that Marco Gonzales is similar to?
That's a good question. There's just those left-handers that can. I'm drawing a blank right now, but those left-handers that can throw strikes and spot their fastball. I think from day one has been a pretty strong analogy, but they've been throwing out the name Tom Glavine, which I think that might be accurate. That's high expectations, but that's kind of what he does, where he can throw all three pitches for strikes and can really spot the fastball like Tom Glavine, and hopefully he has that kind of career.
Did he get a chance to talk to Affeld at all along the way, as a guy from this area?
I don't know that he had. Maybe I know Affeld comes back in the winters and works out here. I don't know if they've ever had a chance to talk. I know Affeld was a Gonzaga signee also, who was a third-round pick and signed professionally, and it's worked out well for him. Even though we tried to talk him out of it a long time ago, but I think he and all those Spokane kids, along with the Gonzaga guys and somebody like Mike Redmond, obviously the manager of the Miami Marlins, can all give him good advice. But I still think he's very well grounded, and I think he'll do well.